What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you one of my replays. This time something a little different. Oh wow, I have that is normal speed, huh? I guess I'm just not used to how the speed is not proportional to the size of these tanks. It feels like you're going a lot faster than you are. But I recently purchased my T1 Cunning a bit. You may have seen it in my World of Tanks promotional video series. Yeah, that's still in progress. Time's been really short lately, so I haven't really had the time to commit to that I would really like to. But I did buy my T1 again, and I've just been kind of going around having fun in it. As you can tell, I have the, I think it's the, what is the shell size? I want to say it's 37. Yes, 37 millimeter auto-loaded shell. Is that what it even says? Nope. But as you can tell, I have a 5-round salvo, and right here I'm kind of playing a bit cautious. I'm trying to play these lower tier battles almost the same way I play higher tier battles. So kind of trying to incorporate a little more strategy than some people might actually do. Let's just give you a little more map size there. And right here we take the hill pretty much unopposed. The enemy sending a lull tractor right up to greet us, and I'm seeing if I have enough clearance to actually look over that rock, but I don't. So I'm gonna try and just pop out and ambush this lull tractor here before he really knows what hits him. So right here I will just unleash my salvo of pain and fury on this guy, and right here fire the last shot and actually get him, take him out, not before suffering a good amount of damage on my part, because the lull tractors for this tier have a pretty high damage gun, so they only have to hit you a few times. Now you may be noticing some of the glitches here with the replay, how it doesn't show things actually getting knocked over. Just try to pay a little attention to that as possible. As you can tell, the enemy team is actually pushing a significant number of forces in the city, and my team has a significant number of tanks on that hill, basically camping base, which can actually work pretty well, but it's also a lot less entertaining. It's a lot less fun. You know, people just sitting up on that hill waiting for the enemy to come to them and just sitting on base. Now I'm shooting at where this tank last was. I have absolutely no idea if he's moved or not, but I figure I might as well put my entire salvo into him. Ammo costs absolutely nothing, and I have so many rounds, there's nothing to lose. I was about to go engage that stuff in the town and help any way I could, but this lull tractor coming up and apparently oblivious to me, so I will fully abuse that. I will just unleash hell upon him and just fire away. As you can tell, I'm having very little regard for actual accuracy at this point, just because the reload times are so short. I don't really see a point. I back up for 5 seconds, and you know, and the time it takes for me to reload, it's really nothing. So here I just decided to queue up a reload anyway, so I can unleash another salvo on anything that really gets in my way. But still seeing that town needs support, wondering what's shooting at me, but I realize it's a friendly tank, and so not really paying it too much attention here. Up to 2 kills at this point. The enemy team definitely has the majority of their push coming from city, which I guess it's a good thing that our tanks are really so strong on that hill, because if the enemy team even remotely just tries to push even too close to our base, they will get lit up. As you can tell, 9-4 at this point. My team absolutely winning. And here we go. Here's the enemy team's push here. This MS1 either completely unaware I am here, or really just not able to do anything about it, not caring. Getting himself taken out in a salvo. I think I decide, yes, I do decide to reload right here. The other MS1 hiding behind that house, if I could take a moment to talk, and really just leaving himself exposed to me. So I'm just gonna, I accidentally do auto aim here. No, I don't believe that was on accident. I think I did it so I could just unleash a salvo and leave him with pretty much nothing but 3 health left. So he's definitely not doing too hot for himself at this point, and he is certainly hurting. Still got that enemy tank beneath me, but I'm waiting for this MS1 to either back up or go forward, you know, make some sort of critical error that ends in his death. He really has virtually no chance of survival at this point. Anyway, my team currently doubles the number of kills the enemy team has. The FT-17 kind of like just chilling beneath me, not really presenting too much of a threat. Here I'm just trying to make sure nothing's sneaking up on me. This MS1 is still over by that house, and I know he is, and you know, I really want that kill. But at the same time, I'm saying, you know what, if the enemy team's not going to come to me, maybe I'll go to them. And I think I take a left here, I run over the non-existent truck, and take a left to make sure there's nothing still sitting on this side for the enemy team. Seeing if I can't spot anything, I drive over the hill, see it's perfectly clear. And so I'm deciding at this point, you know, my team really doesn't have anything watching the water side, and oh, there's an enemy tank pushing, but chances of him living very long against those numbers are slim to none. So I'm not really too concerned about him. I'm pinging him on the map, but in terms of actual concern, there's virtually none. As for this MS1 here, I see an opportunity to get a very easy kill, so I will just start unloading another salvo. And like I said, right here I just do the reload because there was really no point in not doing it. And I am up to 4 kills at this point. My team's still sitting pretty heavily on base despite the advantage. So definitely newer players that don't like to play the game aggressively, I guess. Like I said, I prefer to play the game more aggressively, especially in these lower tiers when you have these faster, smaller tanks and you can really get away with it. Now, I don't know where this actually, no, both the enemy tanks are still over in the town, so I'm going to try to come around and flank them from behind. Basically, since no one else from my team is really doing much moving to engage them. They're just all pretty content to sit there. And I think right here, I almost make the decision to go for the capture point. And I actually decide to go do that. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely played this game, but it's been a long time. And by a long time, I mean probably 2 weeks. So I don't exactly recall everything that happened, but I think right here I just made the decision. I'm going for capture points at the help my experience out quite a bit, and I'm just going to sit here and wait for the enemy to come to me, make them make a move. So that's usually a good strategy on these types of battles where it's standard battle. If you can get on the enemy's capture point and get in a somewhat defensive position on their capture point, you force them to come to you. You don't have to go chasing them down. You basically make them expose themselves and come to you. This FT-17 basically just charging directly at me. And right here on the final shot, I decide I'm going to wait for a little more accuracy. It gets me shot, but it gets me the kill also. So definitely worth it. 5 kills at this point. Will I get Top Gun as a T1? We will see. It's certainly, at this point, it's definitely a lot more likely we're going to capture them out. And that is what happens. I'm going to spoil it for you guys. I don't kill the last guy, and I don't get Top Gun. Yes, it's very sad, but hey, capture points are also very nice. And if I recall correctly, this battle was during the ×3 experience weekend, so I did get quite a bit of experience from this match, which you will be seeing right about now. There you go, over 3,000 experience, but that is a ×3, so in all actuality and real experience, I got about 1,100, and credits pretty good for a tier 1 tank, definitely. This match did get me Mastery Badge Ace Tanker with the T1, so took a total of 32 shots, only about a little over half of those hitting the target, but not much more than that, and I only took 2 hits and was near death, but that's because one of those was from a lull tractor. What can you do? Anyway, if I guess one of the questions I want to ask is, do you guys want to see more of these low tier matches from me? If so, just let me know in the comments, and you know, I will keep bringing you high tier matches, and any games you submit, pretty much I'll almost always do a commentary on them, as long as they are something I can keep interesting, I suppose. Base captured 35%, and you know, like I said, already outlined the rest of the highlights. So if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And as always, if you got a replay, send it to spanglereplays@gmail.com. Email will be in the description. And as always, this is Spang signing off.